Today we're going to make some delicious chocolate chip cookies as well as some peanut butter pumpkin dog cookies for your dog if you have a dog. And if you try either of these recipes out, make sure you let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you thought.
You're gonna need half a cup of softened butter, which is a stick of butter, 1/3 cup of white sugar, half a cup of brown sugar. Mix those until smooth in your bowl. Then we're gonna add an egg and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Mix until fluffy. Then we're gonna add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and stir that up. Then add 1.5 cups of mini chocolate chips. And then we're gonna bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 12 to 14 minutes. And I'm just softening my stick of butter in the oven right now because I already used it for cooking earlier. One thing about baking is if you keep stirring, everything's eventually gonna get mixed up, even if it seems like it's never going to. It always just eventually does. Just keep stirring. All right, I mixed it till smooth. Now I'm gonna add my egg and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Mix until fluffy. Okay. Looks pretty fluffy to me. Add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. Start to combine. Now we're to like a cookie dough consistency. We're gonna add 1.5 cups of these mini chocolate chips. The whole 270 gram bag of these. Good boy, Lou. And mix, mix, mix. Mini chocolate chip cookies are so fun. Might have to mix with my hands. Okay, I combined with my hands to get this all nice and good. And now I have my cookie sheet with parchment paper ready. And we're gonna roll these into balls, and then we're gonna bake them at 350 Fahrenheit for 12 to 14 minutes. And lots left. I'm just finishing making the next ones into balls so they're ready. Looks like I'm gonna have a snowball fight, but with cookies. Which would not be a bad snowball fight if you ask me. Cookie ball fight. How many more will that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 more. Cookies. Cool. And then we'll do the rest. The next ones I'm gonna do for 12 minutes, I think. And then, look at that. Maybe 13 is good. And then I have a second tray this time as well. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 3, 7.
I need to try one. Give me. Perfect again. Okay guys, Luke had a bit of the runs last night and for a few days, so I got this canned pumpkin because that helps solidify things. He doesn't love it on its own though, and he's feeling better today. So I'm gonna make some dog cookies with it, which I'm gonna use the rest of this can, it's mostly full, of pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling, pumpkin 100% pumpkin puree. And I'm gonna do a cup of peanut butter and then 2 cups of whole wheat flour and mix those all together. And then I'm gonna bake them in the oven at 350 for, I forget how long, I'm gonna have to check the recipe in a minute. I'm gonna start with the whole wheat flour. It says to add the flour last in the recipe, but I'm gonna add it first because I'm kind of gonna eyeball the peanut butter, I think. Because I don't want to get this measuring cup all sticky with peanut butter. So 2 cups of whole wheat flour. And then you want to make sure that your peanut butter has no xylitol or anything that dogs can't have. So I need a big spoon. I'm gonna need to wash one. I just made steak strips and peppers and onions for supper in like a gravy sauce, but it didn't have enough flavor by the time I was done with it, so I went to add some Montreal steak spice, and I accidentally opened the wrong end and dumped it in, like I opened the spoon end instead of the shaker end, and Joey had to help me figure out what to do. What he ended up coming up with his brilliant brain was to strain out the sauce and just make a new sauce. So that worked pretty well to fix that. And I never would have come up with that myself. So thanks Joey for saving the day, as always, for my silly mistakes. Okay, peanut butter. I'm eyeballing, but we need a cup. Try that much. And then the pumpkin. So I don't want to waste this. But I don't think he's gonna eat it. Joey had to give him some on a piece of toast last night to get him to eat some. Because he ate a little bit for me and then he wouldn't eat it anymore on its own. But I think he'll like it mixed with peanut butter and into cookies. So now I'm just gonna mix this up all together. And then I'm gonna bake it after I make it into little balls or whatever. Okay, now I'm just heating the oven to 350 while I put these dog cookies into, like, shape them. And I have some parchment paper and they're gonna go in for 10 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And I just wanna make sure I mix in the last of the flour. And it says that this will make
soft dog cookies. So we'll see. I'm gonna do this size probably, and then I'll squish them down a bit like that. Repeat over and over until I use it all. Okay, I made them quite large and they still have to go in the oven, but I still have a big ball of the cookie dough left. Luke's excited for his cookies, but Luke's a big boy, so he can have big cookies, and he'll just get a couple a day, and maybe he can share some with his Uncle Score. All right, well, these cookies just came out of the oven, and somebody's looking forward to eating one once it cools down. They're like human size, but Luke's a big boy, so that one looks like a good one. Put that aside for him for right now. Luke is gonna try his cookies. His hair's sticking out. What do you think, buddy? 10 out of 10, he wants another. Hi, Score. So it's the next night, and I'm here to let Score out because my mom and dad are away right now for the evening. And I brought some of the cookies I made. We'll see if Score likes them. Peanut butter pumpkin cookie. Can you take it slow? He's kind of a shark. Oh, he took it nicely. It's a pretty big cookie. What do you think, Score? I think he liked it. 10 stars from Score and from Luke. So if you end up trying these cookies and your dog likes them, you'll have to let me know in the comment section below. But we give it 2 paws up for now.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all for being here, and make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not yet already. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye guys!